Have you ever sat at your desk, coffee cooling beside you, and stared at a list so long, so heavy, that it felt like the air itself was pressing against your chest? Arthur had, more times than he could count. The list lay in front of him, crisp white paper curling slightly at the corners, its edges yellowed from the morning sun. Each line was precise, neat, numbered, but together they formed a mountain that seemed to stretch beyond the ceiling of his small apartment. Write business plan, 20 hours. Build website, 30 hours. Design logo and branding, 10 hours. Marketing strategy, 15 hours. 75 hours of work that felt impossible to start. Arthur was 32. He had the idea. He had the knowledge. Even some startup capital saved from years of careful budgeting. What he lacked was momentum. The kind that carries you forward without thinking. The kind that turns good intentions into action. Every morning, he sat at his desk, laptop open, fingers hovering above the keyboard, feeling the peculiar weight of indecision. Not fear, exactly. Not doubt. But something heavier, a quiet paralysis that pressed down on his chest. He would pick up the mouse, hover over his project folder, and then click somewhere else. Check email, scroll social media. Busy work. Anything but the thing that mattered most. He had heard of the people who built great things. They didn't sit frozen in front of their to-do lists. They started. Somehow. But Arthur could not. 3 months passed like this. Each day was a mirror of the last. 3 months of perfect intentions. 3 months of nothing. Clara, his wife, watched him with quiet concern. One evening, after he had spent yet another day staring at his screen, she spoke. Her voice was low, calm, but firm. Arthur, either start your business or get a job. You can't sit there forever. Her words landed like stones, quiet but heavy, settling into the pit of his stomach. He nodded, silent. He didn't argue. He didn't defend himself. He simply felt the familiar weight of shame, as if a stone had lodged in his chest. That night, Arthur did something he hadn't done in years. He picked up his phone and dialed a number he knew by heart. His Uncle Tom answered on the first ring. "Uncle," Arthur said, voice low, almost breaking. "I don't know what's wrong with me. I have everything I need to start, but I can't. I just can't." Tom laughed softly, a sound full of knowing warmth. "Arthur," he said, "you're suffering from what I call mountain paralysis. You're standing at the base, looking at the peak. It overwhelms you, so you freeze." Arthur swallowed hard. "So, what do I do?" "You start small," Tom said through the phone, steady and calm. 10 minutes. That's all?" Arthur listened, skeptical, but there was a calm certainty in Tom's voice that made him stay. "Here's how it works," Tom continued. "When you avoid a big task, commit to just 10 minutes. That's it. Not an hour. Not until it's done. Just 10 minutes. It bypasses the mountain in your mind, Arthur. It's how every person I know defeats procrastination." "First," Tom explained, "there's starting friction. The hardest part of any task is beginning. Your brain resists. It screams, 'I don't want to.' 10 minutes is a small enough commitment that your brain can't argue. Once you're in motion, continuing is easier." "Think of it like pushing a heavy car," Tom said, voice steady through the line. "Starting takes 100 units of energy. Continuing takes 10. You just need to get past that first heavy push. 10 minutes is enough to get the wheels rolling. Second, he continued, momentum. Once you start, you almost never stop at 10 minutes. Momentum carries you forward. 80% of people who commit to 10 minutes end up working for 30. Because the hardest step is the first one. And third, he said, voice lower, deliberate, progress. Even 10 minutes makes a dent. Progress creates motivation. It whispers to you tomorrow. Keep going. Zero progress creates despair. Don't underestimate small victories. He paused. Think of it as walking up a mountain. You don't climb it in a day. You put one foot in front of the other. The next morning, Arthur sat at his desk, list in front of him. But this time, he didn't stare. He pulled out his phone and set a timer. 10 minutes. He opened a blank document and wrote at the top, 3 bullet points about my target customer. The first 3 minutes were torturous. His mind wandered. He felt restless. He thought, this is pointless. But he kept typing. By minute 5, he had 1 bullet. By minute 8, 3. The timer buzzed. He looked at the lines. Not perfect, not polished, but real. They existed. Quietly, without fanfare, he reset the timer. Another 10 minutes. And another after that. By the end of the morning, he had worked 47 minutes, starting from a single, tiny commitment of 10 minutes. The next day, 10 minutes on the website. 35 minutes later, the homepage structure was taking shape. Day 3, 10 minutes on the logo. 22 minutes later, 5 rough sketches lay on his desk, inked and imperfect but alive. Day 4, marketing plan. 51 minutes later, a full outline was ready. 2 weeks later, Arthur had a business plan, a functional website, branding materials, and a marketing strategy. All from 10 minutes at a time. 3 months later, the same span he had spent paralyzed, he launched his business. Clara asked, quietly amazed, "What changed? You were stuck for so long." Arthur smiled, calm now, not triumphant but steady. "I stopped trying to climb the mountain in a day. I committed to 10 minutes at a time. 10 minutes turned into hours. Hours turned into days. Days turned into a finished business." The lesson was simple, yet profound. Waiting for motivation is a trap. Waiting for the perfect moment is a trap. Waiting to feel ready is a trap. The only way forward is to begin. 10 minutes. It's all it takes to pierce the fog of overwhelm. 10 minutes becomes momentum. Momentum becomes transformation. If you are sitting there, paralyzed by your to-do list, staring at the distance between you and the goal, do what Arthur did. Set a timer. Start with a tiny, specific task. 10 minutes. Perhaps today you will write 3 bullet points. Perhaps today you will research for 10 minutes. Perhaps today you will just begin. But begin. Tomorrow, do it again. The day after, again. Soon, the mountain will not seem so high. The peak will draw nearer with each small step. The people who build great things, they do not have endless willpower. They simply know how to start. Arthur's desk is no longer a place of paralysis. Coffee is warm, papers neatly stacked. The silence is no longer oppressive. It hums with possibility. And the next time you feel the weight of a massive to-do list, remember Arthur, the mountain, and the 10 minutes that changed everything. Start small. Keep going. Momentum will carry you, one step at a time. one 10-minute block at a time.